What's going on, everyone? How's it going? Hope you guys are staying safe and sane and productive, hopefully. I just wanted to get on here and let you know that I will be doing a series of videos talking about my tattoos. I get a ton of questions all the time about where are those tattoos from? Who did them? What do they mean? And I think it's time to kind of share that, but for me, my tattoos, especially, all my tattoos are super personal, but my tribal tattoos have had the most significant impact on my life, and it reaches so much deeper than just they look cool, or I thought it was a cool design, or for whatever other reasons people get tattoos. So in this video, I'm going to share the starting or beginning stages of my journey getting my Filipino tattoos. So yeah, those are the ones that I get the most questions about. And my journey starts way back in 2005. I was on the hunt for my next tattoo, and I knew that I wanted it to be a Filipino tattoo. And when I was doing my research, I really only found, jasmine flowers and like the Filipino flag, the sun, super contemporary tattoos that I really didn't have a strong connection to. And also back in 2005, I didn't officially know from my parents that I was adopted. And I bring this up because I feel like the reason I was searching for a Filipino tattoo was because I just felt a draw or need to find an identity, to find somewhere to land my roots and claim like this is where I'm from and be proud of it. I always had a feeling that I was adopted growing up. And back in 2005, I was 21 years old and I still didn't know officially. So what kind of gave me the hints as to think that I was not biologically my parents? One, if you had met them, and saw me with them, they're both 5'0" nothing. So, probably around here. And I am a whopping, staggering 5'6". And for a Filipino, that's pretty tall. Basically a giant. I also have curly hair. There are Filipinos that have curly hair, but no one in my family does. It's poker straight, jet black. And this was what really kind of let me think that I was adopted. If my mom were to actually have given birth to me back in 1984, she would have been 50 years old. Not that it's not possible now, but it just wasn't adding up. And what's really crazy is that no one in my family ever told me otherwise. Not a single soul. And it's so puzzling because I didn't even really think about it. I just kind of accepted that my parents were my parents, and being born in Bahrain and walking around with them, I just kind of fit in. I felt like I fit in for the most part, other than the fact that they were so much older than me and shorter. Either way, they are my parents, and they will always be my parents. And I know they did it to protect me and make me feel an immediate part of the family. And it wasn't until I was 27, my dad had already passed, that I had the guts to ask my mom at 77 years old, am I adopted? And she finally told me that I was. I don't know why I asked her then. I was deployed. I don't know, I just felt like, I guess if I die here, I'd really like to know the truth. Anyway, sorry, going off topic, but I feel like it's an important part of my journey because, regardless of me kind of feeling not 100% Filipino, I look completely different from my parents and my sister and brother. I wanted something that represented my family and talked about our heritage and ancestry, because this is the family that took me in. Being born in Bahrain back in 1984, of now knowing half Persian and Filipino descent, I don't know what my life would be like if I grew up there. And if I had, I don't know, been given to an orphanage or whatever, however that process works, like, my life would be completely different. So they're not here now, but I am so grateful that my parents took me in at 50. So grateful. Anyway, sorry. Finding the Takna Patnalon. Finally finding them. Mark of the Four Waves. And Elle and the tribe members. I just felt like they had a family bond, regardless of where they were from in the Philippines, that I wanted to be a part of. Elle's and the tribe members' passion to revive the art of the Filipino tattoo was something that I wanted to get behind immediately. So, to start the journey of getting your markings, the first step is to answer a questionnaire. So having to do that, it just makes the process to get your specific markings that much more thoughtful and specific and just unique to you and your family, unique to me and my family. So this questionnaire, not only was it super thorough and thoughtful, I didn't know most of the answers on the questionnaire. Like, it forced me to talk to my parents and find out the history and background of our family and our ancestors and what we used to do as hunters and fishermen and where we're from and where we migrated from. Like, all of that stuff, I had no idea. So to have to go through that, having that conversation with my parents, kind of getting their blessing to put these markings on my body, it just makes the tattoo that much more meaningful. And so when people are like, hey, I'd really love to get your tattoo, don't. It is my tattoo. Anyone that has markings like this, if they did it the right way, it is their tattoo too. So you are stealing somebody's story. You're stealing somebody's family background. That, I don't know, it just doesn't sit well with me. So anyway, going through the questionnaire, getting closer to my parents and finding out more about my family history. The next step was the design. I told Elle that I wanted 2 half sleeves. And if you aren't familiar what a half sleeve is, it is the shoulder all the way down to the elbow. And at the time, I didn't want my inner bicep done because I wanted it very traditional, and tattoos from the Visayas area, or most of the traditional Filipino tattoos, are on the outside of the arms only. So I stuck with that. And plus, being in the military, I just didn't want to risk going past the elbow. But yeah, as you can see, I've continued my journey, and I will continue my journey because it's not just about my family now. Now, the motifs are reflecting some significant part or situation or event in my life, something I may be struggling with, that I need a little extra help from Mana. So I will share more of that in other videos, but for now, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed it, learning a little bit about my story of why I got these tattoos and the process of what it would be like to get them at Spiritual Journey Tattoo. And hopefully you can respect that it is a long and dedicated process, because it should be. These markings are forever. And I hope that if anyone else is or going through the same or similar process or journey that I did of trying to find their roots, a family, a foundation, a home, you know, if they see this, hopefully it's helpful. And for those that are just curious about Filipino tattoos and want to know more about them, I hope this was helpful as well, because as much as we can, the Mark of the Four Waves, or the Taknang Patnalon tribe, is trying to still and will continue to bring awareness and information out about Filipino tattoos. So share this if you really liked it. Maybe you have a friend that was thinking about getting Filipino tattoos, and hopefully it's helpful for them. But for now, that's all I have. Hope you guys liked it.